Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Ultra League, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Scrafty. I have not used Scrafty in quite some time in both the Great League and in the Ultra League, so I've been itching to run my XL Scrafty, and what better team to run Scrafty on than the classic Poison Double Dark line. Tried and true, time-tested and proven, the Poison Double Dark line almost never fails, and Scrafty's going to be in the back, and also completing the Double Dark back line. Good old shiny Obstagoon on the safe swap. As with all Poison Double Dark lines, Obstagoon is here to bait out those sneaky charmers, almost always lurking in the back, and any potential fighters that may be also on your opponent's team. And also, the poison type of choice on this team will be none other than good old Nidoqueen in the lead. Nidoqueen's amazing. Has a lot of bulk as an XL in the Open Ultra League, performs beautifully. You just really have to protect it from those very, very strong ghost types, which is why we've got these two Pokemon in the back. But before we dive into the featured set of the video, we are starting things off with some bonus battles that I thought were tons of fun and picking up an awful lead in the form of wall rain. So going into shiny Obstagoon on the safe swap, and they are staying in a little bit. I don't imagine they stay in all the way. I'm reading that they are looking to chip and dip, and it is into a Cresselia. So we are slightly compromised on health, but we are absolutely loaded on energy. So going to take full advantage of that and go for Night Slash number 1. They, of course, tank that, and they can definitely tank another one, no problem. That is how insanely bulky Cresselia is. But you know what? We are relatively bulky ourselves, and despite tanking an Icicle Spear from that wall rain, we know that we live this, guys, and we live the double resisted Psycho Cuts from this Cresselia as well. They're going to have to throw another move, and we're throwing this Night Slash here, and now it is getting very interesting here. And the reason why is because we can now start to shield, and we know that we thoroughly outpace this Cresselia and win CMP. So now we will, we've lured them into a false sense of security, and now we're throwing up shields to maintain alignment and flip this switch here in this mid-game matchup. We're going for another Night Slash. At this point, I've lost track of how many we've thrown, and they let it go. That is amazing. Obstagoon, OP, allowing us to align our Scrafty onto the wall rain. You'd love to see it. It's Scrafty time. As to what they could have in the back, could definitely have a Giratina in the back, something that would protect Wall Rain from taking any super effective damage from a potential fighter. Gonna go for the big foul play, doesn't quite KO because Wall Rain is insane, and there it is, Giratina running Shadow Claw. Oh my goodness, Scrafty's gonna feast here. We are compromised on health a little bit, but as long as we can do that, land a foul play and get this thing within a comfortable range for Nidoqueen, we're looking good here. But I don't think we'll need the Nidoqueen as they top left. I think Scrafty was going to have a lot of fun with that Giratina and close it out for us. As it did, they top left. Good game, well played to them. Our Nidoqueen had very few places to go with that last team, but that just goes to show how powerful this team is. And here we go, Talonflame lead. We're going to stay right here. We can do okay in this matchup here. Would be really nice to be running Stone Edge, but that is fine. We can just go for this Poison Jab, Poison Fang combination on the Talonflame here. And they're not over farming, which means that they're usually looking to Brave Bird and dip, but we tank that like a champ. They make a play in the Swampert, and we come in with our Obstagoon. We could come in with either one, really. It doesn't matter. We both do well against Swampert. Slightly does, Scrafty does slightly better. A little tongue-tied there, but we did get the boost. That is amazing. That is very helpful against the Pokemon that is quite spammy in the form of Swampert here. We know that we tank another Hydro Cannon, no problem. And now there is going to be a nasty snowball effect for the Swampert if they decide to shield and they let it go. That is amazing. Obstagoon flip and switch left and right. You'd love to see it going for another Night Slash. I dare you guys to name a better dark type in this meta than Obstagoon. This thing is so clutch. Holy smokes. Grabbing a shield from the Talonflame. We knew that we were very close to a Poison Fang, so gonna throw our low health Nidoqueen in here to just chip on this Talonflame. Oh, and they got a Walrein in the back. They're down a shield. And Scrafty was going to absolutely sweep the remainder of that team, forcing the top left. You love to see it. Good game. Well played to our opponent. Poison Double Dark, still as effective as it has ever been in the Ultra League. And here we go. Another Talonflame lead. Shocker. Talonflame on the lead. But just as in that last battle, gonna stay right here. Nidoqueen can do just fine up against Talonflame. Going for Poison Fang, number 1. And all you do in this matchup is count to 5 and throw. With optimal timing, of course. And they are going to go for a Flame Charge there, so that's fine. Not a big deal at all. Going to go for another Poison Fang here and see what they want to do. We kind of want to win lead here, and they do too because they throw up a shield. So we will return the shield in kind and go for the full farm down. Talonflame will not make it to another move. The damage has been done, the debuffs have been applied, and we win lead with our Nidoqueen. They've got a Giratina left or in the back. So gonna chip this thing with a big earth power, and now it is Obstagoon time, and we draw out a Walrein. Holy smokes. Oh yes, please keep tucking those Walreins in the back when we run this team, because it's almost an instant win, almost guaranteed, as long as you play correctly. And we are just letting her rip with these cross chops just as fast as we get to them, and we force the final shield, and now we will shield this EQ. Not gonna do big damage on us. Sorry, not gonna happen. And they quickly realized it was over because we were preserving our Obstagoon for that Giratina. Nidoqueen Double Dark puts in the work. That's gonna be yet another good game. Well played. Had a blast with those bonus battles. As we move into the featured set of the video, we are picking up a Cresselia lead. So whenever you run a poison type and you run into a Cresselia on the lead, the big question always is, are they running Future Sight? And it does not look like they are. They're going straight Grass Knot. They did not even bother building up to it. So on Cresselia leads, because of the immense bulk, I really just like to go straight Earth Power. As they will not shield it, knowing that they can tank it. Going for that Poison Fang and then building up to the Earth Power gets a little muddy, because then it forces them to think about the shielding, and it gets a little messy. So I go straight Earth Power. They make an aggressive play into Snorlax. Gonna throw a calculated Poison Fang, and now it is Obstagoon time. So they led Cresselia. They safe swapped Snorlax. My goodness. This team looks awfully familiar to a team that I featured not too long ago. So I'm reading that this is my Cresselia double normal team that I featured. Somebody's tuning into the channel. Shouts to them. It's a very powerful team, but as I always say on this channel, whenever you create a team and you run into it, you have the luxury of knowing how to beat it. And gonna tank that Moonblast there. We had to shield up that superpower. It would have done massive damage to us. And there it is, right on cue, the second normal type, Obstagoon. This is now confirmed, my Cresselia double normal team. Shouts to them for running my team, but like I said, I read it like a book, guys. I built it. I know how to beat it. And now we have a shield advantage for Scrafty. We tank this cross drop, no problem. And now it is lights out. Shouts to them for fighting the good fight. Gonna go for the power up punch. Get the power up punch train rolling on this Obstagoon. And we can easily shield up this second cross chop. It would not KO, but it'd be getting us quite low. So we shield that, farm down, build up to the foul play, and it is lights out for this poor Cresselia. Oh, bittersweet beating this one because it was one of my creations. But again, shouts to them for running my team. It's a powerful team. I just knew how to beat it. But good game, well played to them. And this team still puts in the work. Really is a solid team that you can settle into and really put some wins together with. And here we go. Not with a lead like this, though. G-Fisk on the lead. We go into Obstagoon, and they're staying in. Presumably to get some big damage off with an EQ. But we're going to chip this thing for its troubles. And gonna let this go. We tank this. Not sure what else they could have in the back, but we will find out. Oh, it's a Talonflame, so we do have the energy advantage, although compromised on health. We let that EQ go, but that's fine. As long as we can get this thing low enough to really load up on energy with Nidoqueen, we should definitely be able to really put the pressure on that G-Fisk, as they did tank that cross drop from us. And this Talonflame, speaking of loading up on energy, is absolutely loading up here, and they are going to throw as they are getting quite low. Obstagoon was putting in the work on that Talonflame. And we will, I believe, shield this. Yeah, could definitely be the big boosted Brave Bird. That's a solid shield right there. And we are loaded on energy here. So going to go for the big Earth Power and really, really put the pressure on this G-Fisk. If they shield, going to go right into Scrafty. And they do. So it's Scrafty time. And they're going to look to chip and dip again, I presume, just as they did with our Obstagoon. We tanked that, no problem. Scrafty, quite bulky, and they've got a Trevenant in the back. So things are getting very interesting here. Going to go for this foul play. They can tank this, and they do. Does boatloads of damage, about 60% to be exact. And this is just a seed bomb. We tank this, and we can still make it to another foul play to really put the pressure on this Trevenant here, and we're going for it. They have to shield this. There is no question about it, and we grab the shield. That is amazing. So now they do farm down, but we got this thing into the red, and the play for them is to just go back-to-back seed bomb. We're reading that, so we tank the first one and going to look to farm all the way down, guys. The play here is to shield this. That Stunfisk did throw its EQ on the Scrafty, so it is energy dry. We've got the energy lead. We get to the Earth Power, and we will be sending this Stunfisk packing. And we know that the Trevenant is energy dry as well. We say bye-bye to the G-Fisk, and can we farm it down? We do. Nidoqueen, holy smokes. Putting in the work, coming in clutch for us, closing the game strong. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played. So if you're scratching your head, looking and wondering about a solid ABB style team, look no further than this one. Here we go. Alolan Muck. It's running Snarl, so not as good for us. It really would be nice if this thing were running the conventional Poison Jab. The reason why is because they outpace. If they run Snarl, they absolutely outpace to the Dark Pulses. So gonna go for an Earth Power here. They usually let it go, but they shield. So we have to catch now, and they continue to farm. Why are they over farming on Nidoqueen? That was really annoying at the time in this battle, and what's even more annoying is they've got a Charmer in the back. The worst Charmer, I might add, for Obstagoon to see, because not only is it resisting our counters, but it's double resisting it because it also has a flying subtyping. So not looking too good for us, but not a whole lot we can do. They just charm all the way down. Gonna come back in with Nidoqueen, and because our health has been compromised, gonna shield up the potential flamethrower, but they bait with an Earth Power. Holy smokes. For some reason, this trainer was really annoying, and what really put it over the edge was them being able to make it to another Earth Power. Why could we not farm that thing down? That was super annoying. We come back in with Scrafty, bank the energy, and they've got an Empoleon in the back. So you can be happy to see something like this with Scrafty, but not in the 1-to-1 shield, because they're going to pressure our final shield with the threat of the super effective Drill Peck, excuse me. And we know that that's Alolan Muck has a Sludge Wave waiting for us as it comes back in. And all we can really do is go for these power-up punches, and they're still up a shield. They don't really have to shield anything from our Scrafty. And Sludge Wave incoming does boatloads of damage to our Scrafty. Shouts to our opponent, playing beautifully. Playing to perfection, I might add. They played this very well. It's not looking good for us. That Dark Pulse does not KO, as it is double resisted with our Dark Fighting typing. We throw one more power-up punch. Our Nidoqueen is loaded, but hanging on by a thread. That Togekiss getting to the Ancient Power really did not help us at all, because if it didn't, we would have been able to get off those back-to-back Poison Fangs, but just was not meant to be. Couldn't quite get that one done. Good game, well played to them. I always have a fun time with this Nidoqueen Double Dark team, but not when we're met with a Walrein on the lead. This is an awful lead, gonna make a play in the Obstagoon, and they meet us with a Nidoqueen. So excellent answer to our Obstagoon, as they do win CMP tie to these Poison Fangs. So just going to do as much damage to this Nidoqueen as possible. We will play out the Zero Shield. We are not going to shield anything from this Nidoqueen, as this is not a flippable mid-game matchup. So whenever you know that you cannot flip a mid-game matchup, you just play out the Zero Shield and cut your losses. And that is what we will do with our Obstagoon here. They're going to go for another Poison Fang, and it does not KO, which allows us to get off another Night Slash on the Nidoqueen, really putting on the pressure, and we draw a shield. That is amazing. We now have a shield advantage. Going to come back in with our Nidoqueen. And at this point, Nidoqueen's a little expendable, so I'm thinking, do your worst, Nidoqueen, and they go Poison Fang. That is certainly not their worst. Oh, you love it when you can correctly call a bait. Gonna go for a Poison Fang of our own and look to farm down, and we know that this is just a second Poison Fang, as they took a massive risk going for that bait. It did not pay off for them, and we leave this matchup with our shield advantage and health on our Nidoqueen. We come in with Scrafty, and they meet us with a Drapion, so we are looking really good here. Shields are still up, and I'm thinking we've got an opponent that really, really loves to bait their opponents, and we're reading that, so we're not falling for it yet again. Calling the baits correctly, you'd love to see it. And gonna go for another power-up punch to really rev up this damage even more on the Drapion. And now the counters are really beginning to shred. And I'm thinking, there's no way they double bait, but they do. Holy smokes. They are committed to baiting our shields. Good for them, whatever. Not a problem at all. They can go Sludge Bomb, that's fine. We still absolutely dominate Walrein. We're loaded and boosted, which will spell out disaster for this Walrein here. That does big damage to the Walrein. All we have to do is grab that final shield. And gonna go for a massively boosted power punch. They shield, which means that we are combo playing with our Nidoqueen. We knew that we were just one poison jab off from the Poison Fang, and we're saying bye-bye to the Walrein. Oh, you love it when you can call those baits correctly. It always feels really nice as Nidoqueen closes it strong. Good game, well played to our opponent. So as you guys can see, this team still puts in the work, especially with a lead like the Shadow Machamp. They swap in the Trevenant. It's Obstagoon time. Very few better answers to Trevenant than Obstagoon, and that is because we triple resist this fast move pressure, and we have some very nice bulk, which means that these Seed Bombs don't do a whole lot of damage to us. They have to throw, I believe, 4 or 5 Seed Bombs to win this, and it's just not going to happen. They're going to have to, it looks like they're fighting a little hard for it. We're going to go for this Night Slash after overloading. The reason why we're overloading so much is because we don't want to leave this matchup with a lot of health for that Shadow Machamp to farm. So we have allowed them to get us within the health range that would only allow that Machamp to get one counter off. And that is exactly what we wanted. We don't want to give this thing any additional energy, so we're going to go for this cross chop, and that counter will KO. It's Nidoqueen time yet again, and they come in with Swampert, and Scrafty does quite well against Swampert. And the reason why is because our counters with Stab do a lot of damage to Swampert, and we tank these Hydro Cannons all day as Scrafty is quite bulky, especially as an XL in the Open Ultra League. They let that foul play go through, and just as with that Obstagoon matchup up against Trevenant, we want to leave this matchup with minimal health, preferably. Actually, we don't even really want to win this matchup. We would rather them KO us and come in with Nidoqueen to get one poison jab on it, and they are throwing. That is beautiful. That could not have worked out better, as we do get an energy lead from that Swampert, and now it is just about lights out, my friends. Got a bit of a softball with this one, but hey, you take those when you get them, as they do top left. So that is the team, my friends. Beautiful, beautiful team. Time tested and true. It is an amazing team to run. Classic team comp. My favorite version of the Poison Double Dark line to run in the Ultra League with Obstagoon and Scrafty. It's just because there are some very strong steel types in this meta. So having two counter users that have a dark typing for Nidoqueen is amazing. And we saw that in these battles here today. So for those of you new to Go Battle League, Poison Double Dark is a classic line that transcends the various leagues, performs beautifully no matter which league you are in, whether it be the Great League or the Ultra League, even in the Master League to some extent. And so Nidoqueen on the lead protects our two poison types, our two dark types, from the Charmers and the Fighters. And you want to have a solid safe swap option and Obstagoon to draw out those Fighters and Charmers. And the reason why we safe swap Obstagoon is because if they have a Fighter in the back, having poison, a poison normal typing means that it will not last very long, which will not allow them to absolutely load up on energy, allowing Nidoqueen to come back in, farm it down, load up on energy, and hopefully set up the game for Scrafty to sweep in the end. That is how this ABB team is designed, and it is quite powerful. It is a recipe for a lot of success in the Ultra League. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.